Welcome to this presentation called The Atheist versus Theist Ideology. I wish to explore a dichotomy often presented by Reverend Randy Alcorn of Eternal Perspective Ministries in Oregon. The first dichotomy of his that I would like to explore is his theistic creation ideology, which is presented as the following. You are the special creation of a good and all-powerful God. You are created in His image with capacities to think, feel, and worship that set you above all other life forms. You differ from the animals not simply in degree, but in kind. Not only is your kind unique, but you are unique among your kind. Your Creator loves you so much and so intensely desires your companionship and affection that He has a perfect plan for your life. In addition, God gave the life of His only Son that you might spend eternity with Him. If you are willing to accept the gift of salvation, you can become a child of God. Let's go through this and see if it makes sense. Is this the same good and all-powerful God that committed global murder with the Noah's Ark flood? How can you be created in God's image when this God is said to be a Holy Spirit one minute, immaterial the next, and then immutable at another? An immutable entity cannot change. Therefore, it has no ability to think, feel, or worship because those qualities require time and change, and in their absence, those qualities cannot obtain. That part seems to reek of the Christian sin of pride. How can pride be a sin one minute, then, as the just read quote shows, be something that Christians indulge in with gleeful vanity that they are one of a kind and more special than anything else on the planet? The Christian God is considered perfect. The above quote once again highlights how incoherent and impossible the Christian God really is. A perfect entity cannot desire or love anything because perfection cannot be attained in the presence of want or lack. If an omniscient deity has a perfect plan for your life, that suggests that your life is predetermined, which means you have no free will and are nothing but a robot-like automaton devoid of independence and free agency. Which would mean this God allowed His Son to be murdered to save us from Him. So He sacrificed Himself to Himself to save us from Himself and free us from a curse He initiated. Again, this ridiculous incoherency highlights how illogically implausible the Christian God is. The second dichotomy of his that I wish to explore is his atheistic/secular creation ideology, which is presented as the following. You are the descendant of a teeny cell of primordial protoplasm washed up on an empty beach 3.5 billion years ago. You are the blind and arbitrary product of time, chance, and natural forces. You are a mere grab bag of atomic particles, a conglomeration of genetic substance. You exist on a teeny planet in a minute solar system in an empty corner of a meaningless universe. You are a purely biological entity, different only in degree but not in kind from a microbe, virus, or amoeba. You have no essence beyond your body, and at death, you will cease to exist entirely. In short, you came from nothing and are going nowhere. Let's go through this and see if the supposed atheist creation ideology is as void and depressing as Mr. Alcorn paints it to be. You are actually the descendant of the very things that make up this universe, as the elements and energy that imbues our totality flows to you as well. As such, you are the universe, and the universe is you. You are actually the purposeful and pointed product of the very principle that is inherent to our entire universe. You are the product of the tendency of all things to get larger or more complex over time. As such, our existence was not by arbitrary chance or blind luck. Actually, you are no assortment of miscellaneous particles or genetic substance, but the end result of billions of years of evolutionary engineering that has instilled in you the very material needed to make you sentient, self-aware, and potentially able to rule the entire Milky Way galaxy. You actually exist on the greatest planet currently known to man. The only one we know of that spawned not just intelligent life, but any life. You belong to a solar system that is special because it contains that extraordinarily precious blue planet, and you exist in a universe that, since it is clearly devoid of any God, gives you the free will to attach any meaning you want to it. You are actually a purely biological entity that is currently the most powerful, intelligent, and complex organism on Earth and in the entire known universe. You share a common ancestry with basically everything on the planet, which thus makes everything your kin, yet you are different in the most fundamental way necessary to sustain your unique and singular place atop our Earth's food chain and evolutionary hierarchy. The essence of you is you, and you live on after death in the DNA you leave, the children you sire, the work you rendered, the photographs you took, the videos you made, and in the minds of the people you touched and made an impact upon. In short, you come from everything and are going wherever you want.